The member for Leppington.
Thank you, Speaker. As I rise, hundreds of workers from DHL, members of the United Workers Union, are taking industrial action to fight for a better deal. Yesterday, along with a number of my Labor colleagues and Unions New South Wales Secretary Mark Morey, I joined workers from DHL at Bowman Hall in Blacktown for a stop work meeting alongside fellow DHL workers in Victoria. These workers numbered in their hundreds, and they will not accept subpar wages and conditions that fail to keep pace with the rising cost of living. DHL workers have effectively seen their pay go backwards during a cost of living crisis. Under the previous COVID-era agreement, they received pay increases of 3% per annum. This is despite annual CPI increases of up to 7.8%. In effect, this has left DHL workers with an average real wage cuts of up to 8% over the last 3 years. They are seeking wages that reflect the real cost of living. They are asking for recognition for the essential skilled work they do, and they are asking for a fair go. The work that kept this country running through COVID-19 pandemic was critical to DHL. Workers from Leppington, Liverpool, Fairfield, Campbelltown, Blacktown, Plumpton, Mount Druitt and Sinclair are all DHL. These workers that kept our supply chains moving ensured goods arrived at hospitals, stores and warehouses during the toughest days of lockdown. They didn't have the luxury of working from home. They showed up day in, day out because they knew their jobs were essential. DHL, multinational corporation with revenues exceeding $140 billion in 2023 alone, is offering wage increases that fall far short of what's needed to even cover the cost of the most basic cost of living. And at the same time, they are proposing to reduce pay for new employees, creating a two-tiered wage system where new employees are paid less for doing the same work. These new workers would be unable to progress to higher levels of pay, permanently stuck on lower wages than people working next to them. This is an affront to a fundamental principle in this country: same pay for the same work. Fairness must be extended to every worker, regardless of when they commence employment and their level of skill. Despite competitors such as Team Global Express, Linfox and DB Schenker all providing their employees with higher rates of pay for licensed and highly skilled forklift work, DHL workers are denied this important remuneration. Their skilled work must be recognised and must be paid fairly. These workers are not just standing up for themselves, they're fighting for their families and for the future of our region. They know, as we all should, that a fair wage and secure work are fundamental. What's happening at DHL isn't just an isolated incident. It's a reflection of broader issues facing workers across Australia. We are seeing companies enjoying unprecedented profits while ordinary workers struggle to make ends meet. There's always a bottomless bucket of money for the CEOs, senior executives and the shareholders. But when it comes to workers, there are endless excuses. When workers are paid fairly, they are able to support their families, but they are also able to reinvest in their local economies. They spend their money at the local shops, businesses, cafes, they support other jobs, and they drive local economic growth. Good jobs make good communities, and that's something every employer needs to understand, especially when it comes to Western Sydney, a region on the cusp of tremendous growth and transformation. The Western Sydney Airport and Aerotropolis represent massive opportunities for our region, but these opportunities cannot come at the expense of workers' pay and conditions. I recall the previous Premier Gladys Berejiklian's trip to Incheon in South Korea in 2017 to see a world-leading Aerotropolis in action. What was her major takeaway on the key ingredients to a successful airport and Aerotropolis? Crucial transport links? Nope. Better paying conditions for workers? Nope. Ensuring the world's leading airlines are flying from WSA? Nope. It was creating a free economic zone, code for low wages and poor working conditions. Perhaps these companies haven't got the memo. The Liberals are no longer in charge and their mates in the business lobbies no longer get to write policy on behalf of ministers asleep at the wheel. These workers are setting a precedent, sending a message to every employer looking to set up shop in Western Sydney. If you want to do business here, you do so by our rules. You treat workers with respect, you have good conditions and you pay them a fair wage. I stand in solidarity with UWU members at DHL, and I urge every member of this Parliament to support these workers and to recognise the importance of the stand they are taking.